When we stream a 4K video or download a massive file, it is so easy to just picture our data as this weightless, invisible cloud floating around.
Absolutely. We barely even think about it.
Right. But look behind the curtain, and that cloud is heavily tethered to the ground by these highly engineered physical cords. So, welcome to today's deep dive. We are tearing apart a really specific e-commerce product page from HDTV Supply.
Yeah, we're looking at the Avenview Duplex fiber optic patch cable, which, sounds like a mouthful.
It really is. But our mission today is to figure out why your digital life secretly relies on this 330-foot, $281 aqua-colored cord.
Yeah.
We're going to decode the jargon and uncover the marvel of modern engineering hiding right inside it.
Because the specs on this Avenview cable, they honestly read like a different language at first glance. You've got, 10 gigabit bandwidth, multimode, a 50 over 127 OM3 core.
Wait, let's stop at that core for a second. The 50 refers to 50 microns, right?
Exactly. We are talking about a literal glass tube that is thinner than a human hair.
That is wild.
And it is multimode, meaning it's designed specifically to bounce multiple light signals down that tiny tube at slightly different angles. That way they don't crash into each other.
But getting those light signals into that microscopic core has to require an insane level of physical alignment. Like, the specs mention these LC connectors, which are half the size of standard ones.
Yeah, and they use ceramic ferrules.
Right, which, think about trying to perfectly align two laser pointers from opposite ends of a football field. If your mount shakes even a fraction of a millimeter, you just completely miss the target.
That is a great analogy. The ceramic basically acts as an unyielding vice grip for the light. Because when you are firing LED or VCSEL laser light sources down 330 feet of glass, any misalignment means data loss.
Which the specs call insertion and back reflection loss, I think.
You got it. The ceramic simply does not warp with temperature changes, so it ensures those lasers hit their target perfectly every single time.
Okay, so we have this hyper-precise, military-grade internal engineering. But then you look at the outside of the cable, and there's this weird contradiction.
How so?
Well, the source says this is used for complex military industry applications and active device termination, yet it's designed as a basic zip cord.
Right, so you can just peel the two wires apart with your bare fingers.
Exactly. And the connector uses this old-school push-pull latch, exactly like a standard plastic internet jack you just snap into a wall. Why engineer a precision laser tube just to package it like a cheap consumer toy?
Well, the design is actually a direct response to the environments these go into. Think about high-density networking, like a massive telecommunications server room.
Oh, so a really chaotic space.
Very. You have technicians plugging in hundreds of these connections in a high-pressure environment. That simple push-pull latch and the zip cord design, it prevents catastrophic human error. You need dead simple physical management layered over elite safety performance.
Which totally explains the OFNR jacket mentioned in the specs.
Riser cables, yeah.
Right, they need specific fire-resistant jackets. Because if a fire breaks out in an office building, the elevator shafts and wall cavities basically act like literal chimneys.
Yeah, you absolutely do not want your internet cables acting as kindling that accelerates the flames from floor to floor.
Definitely not. And that requirement for foolproof heavy-duty gear tells us exactly who is buying this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, HDTV Supply isn't just catering to, basic home theater setups.
Oh, no! Their catalog includes these massive 160 by 160 Wolfpack matrix switchers for huge sports complexes. Plus, they operate on federal GSA government schedules.
The scale is just staggering.
Yeah.
But there's a hilarious juxtaposition right there on their product page.
What's that?
You have this hyper-advanced 10-gigabit laser infrastructure going to the military and government. And how does HDTV Supply back it up? They offer lifetime tech support via a fax machine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they proudly advertise local pickup in Kenmore, New York.
That is amazing. But it reveals a fascinating truth about the global tech ecosystem, really.
How so?
The most cutting-edge light-speed data transmission we have is still fundamentally held together by legacy human-scale operations. A multi-million-dollar military AV setup might literally rely on someone driving a pickup truck to Kenmore to grab a replacement cable.
Or, faxing over a purchase order. So today we set out to understand a $281 aqua cable, and we found a story about extreme precision masked by dead simple design. It really brings the whole ethereal internet back down to earth.
It does. The digital world we rely on is deeply physically grounded in these engineered realities.
Which leaves you with something to mull over. As we constantly obsess over the latest advancements in wireless technology and that invisible cloud of data, how much of our digital future is actually entirely dependent on the perfect physical alignment of microscopic ceramic tubes hidden in the walls around us?